Welcome back to Cardines Field and the NECBL Broadcast Network. I am Tim Scott, and today I'm joined by Gian Ruffin and Maggie O'Keefe for today's Broadcasters Roundtable. So Maggie, what are your thoughts on the Danbury Westerners' performance this season?
Well, Danbury's really been struggling of late. They're working with an 8-25 record. They dropped a game last night 15-5, and prior to that, a real heartbreaker that they lost 9-6 after they were tied going into the top of the ninth. And it's really just been kind of some small ball mistakes for Danbury. They've been picking up a lot of errors recently, and those errors killing them. Also, runners advancing to second, stolen bases, and Danbury then failing to capitalize themselves when they have runners in scoring position. Interestingly enough, I was looking at Danbury's hits in relation to Ocean State. Danbury has more hits than Ocean State, but if you look at their record, it's unbelievable to see the difference. As Danbury at 8-25, and they get hits, they just don't get them at key times, and they're not able to capitalize.
So Gian, the Gulls have been on a 5-game losing streak entering tonight's game. What do you think they need to do?
I think it'll be good for the Gulls to play a game finally at home. It's been a while since the Gulls have been able to face an opponent at home due to some weather troubles. So it'll be good to see our fielders and our batters in the comfort of their own ballpark.
And getting the start today for the Westerners is Edgard Santiago. Maggie, what can you tell us about Edgard?
Santiago's going to get the start tonight. He's been really consistent throughout his starts. It's been a while since he got a start, though. He's kind of had some bullpen pulls recently where he'll come on in longer relief, and we haven't seen him make a clear-cut start in quite some time, so it'll be interesting to see him come on the mound and see what he can offer Danbury, as they're kind of short-handed on pitching today, as we've had quite a stretch of games this week, and we'll need everyone firing on all cylinders out of the bullpen, and hopefully Santiago will lessen the bullpen's work time.
And Gian, getting the start today for the Newport Gulls is Anthony Misevich. What can you tell the viewers at home about Misevich?
Misevich has really proven that he can be a viable starter for the Gulls. He's shown to have some great stuff. Staying ahead of counts is where he's most successful. If he sticks to what he knows and sticks to being efficient on the mound, I think that he should have no trouble having an effective outing tonight.
So Maggie, what do you think the Westerners need to do in tonight's game?
I think it's really all about protecting that error, because Danbury, has had several games in which they had a game with 8 errors against New Bedford. They had, they've had several games that have gone above the 5-error mark in, their past 5 games, and just really protecting that error is going to be key for them. Also, capitalizing on not stranding runners, and Danbury has kind of a tendency to get offense going with 2 outs. And when you start going with 2 outs, you get that 2-out rally. A lot of times it works out. You can capitalize and be effective. That said, when you're only working with 1 out of wiggle room, you're going to put yourself in a situation to strand runners. And Danbury really needs to get offense going with fewer than 2 outs.
And Gian, what do you think the keys to the game tonight are for the Gulls?
The game of baseball is supposed to be fun. When you go on a 5-game losing streak, you kind of lose sight of that. Like I said, it'll be nice to see the Gulls back at home, kind of regaining a little bit of that swagger we had earlier in the season, and I think they'll be okay.
Thanks, Gian and Maggie. We'll have more coming up next year on the NECBL Broadcast Network.